Dolemite is my name, and movie reviews is my game.
It's the J. Craig Movie Review. Movie Review. Movie Review.
Directed by Craig Brewer and starring Eddie Murphy and his triumphant return to something grand and big and actually funny. This is Dolemite is my name, based on the blaxploitation movie and star Rudy Ray Moore, otherwise known as Dolemite. Now, all that I know about Dolemite up until now is my experience with House Party. So with Robin Harris trying to get his son to stay home on a Friday night and watch Dolemite. I absolutely love House Party, but I never watched Dolemite. Now, I'm a big fan of blaxploitation movies. I saw Shaft and Superfly and Trucker and a whole slew of different Pam Grier movies. So I like the blaxploitation genre, but I never did check out Dolemite. Now, I'm going to, because this movie was awesome. Now, I said it's a triumphant return to Eddie Murphy, or for Eddie Murphy, and it is absolutely the truth. Now, this movie is going to be on Netflix, but first it will be in theaters. So do yourself a favor and go see this movie. It was a blast. It is really refreshing to see something that I didn't know a lot about and have it be so entertaining. Rudy Ray Moore started off as a comedian. He was trying to do stand-up. He wanted to be somebody. And so he got successful with the records. And he became known to many as the godfather of the modern-day rap. And that's something that I didn't actually realize until this movie. And now with Dolemite and his records, kind of like, stand-up, improv kind of thing, he created his own persona. He created his own character. And that character was awesome. And so now, after his records and success there, he wanted more. He wanted to be in the movies. He wanted his character to be seen by everybody. And so that's where he started the production of Dolemite. And what's really cool is that you get to see how they made the movie. It's not all about the movie necessarily. This is a lot about a character and his growth and what he wants out of life and what he's looking for and the ambition he has. And then it gets to a point where he wants to make a movie, and then we get to see the behind the scenes of this movie, which makes me incredibly excited to go watch the movie now. Now, as opposed to Shaft and Superfly and all the Fred Williamson movies and Isaac Hayes movies, don't forget about I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, which is one of my favorite blaxploitation spoof movies. But this movie is not what you would expect. I mean, Dolemite is more of to me, like a tongue-in-cheek, almost spoofy of the blaxploitation world. It's just fun. And then as I'm watching this movie, Dolemite is my name, I discovered that Black Dynamite was heavily inspired by Dolemite, because it's the same exact thing. It's tongue-in-cheek, it's silly, it's fun. It's not supposed to be a great movie or a great production, but it's supposed to be just entertaining. And so I loved Black Dynamite when it came out. I thought it was awesome. And now I know where it came from, and I'm doing reverse history here. Now I get to go watch Dolemite and see where it all came from. So it's pretty fantastic. Now, this movie stars Eddie Murphy, as I mentioned already, as Rudy Ray Moore, Dolemite. But it also stars just a slew of other awesome actors. You have Mike Epps, who I'm not always a fan of, but he's good in the movie. You got Craig Robinson from The Office doing music, as he always is in these movies. It has Keegan-Michael Key, who plays the greatest white black guy ever on screen. I mean, next to Dave Chappelle, I think Keegan-Michael Key's got it down. And then it also stars people like Wesley Snipes, who is in a role like you've never seen him. He's been away for a long time. He got in trouble with the IRS. I think he was in jail for tax evasion or some shit. But this role for Wesley Snipes is almost like him really wanting to do something different and be known as somebody more than just an action hero, right? Because that's all we think of him as, Blade and all the action movies he was in. But my goodness, he is hysterical in this movie. It's really awesome. There's a lot of really good stuff happening in this movie. It's funny, it's lighthearted, it's a good look at the history of Dolemite and Rudy Ray Moore and how he became who he is and where that inspiration comes from. And now like I'm always a fan of looking at movies and going backwards down that rabbit hole and finding out where things came from. It started for me with rap and finding out that modern 90s rap was heavily inspired by the Funkadelic, George Clinton and the Funkadelics. And so I went back and started listening to that and finding where that inspiration came from. Same thing with movies. I love to watch a movie and find out it was inspired by something, go back and watch that movie it was inspired by. That's what I like about Quentin Tarantino movies. You're always learning more about movies that you've never seen. And so with Dolemite, it's nice to see where things come from, right? How rap was kind of has started, and how like he's considered like the godfather of modern day rap. I think it's just fascinating, but it's a really good movie. It is going to be on Netflix, so you can wait, but I'd go check it out in the theater. It's one of those special limited engagements where you're not going to see it everywhere. It's not going to be in every theater, but if you get a chance to go see it, it's one of those movies that you'll love in the theater because the crowd will eat it up. They're going to love it. Now, I saw it with a press screening, so, obviously there was some laughing and giggling, but seeing it on opening night or on a weekend with a crowd of people who are into this, they're going to love it, and you're going to have a blast. So, again, this is Dolemite is my name, and movie reviews is my game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to the J. Craig podcast and the movie reviews. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow the J. Craig. See you next time.
It's the J. Craig movie review. You watch till the end. Thanks, like, and subscribe.